Ready? Welcome into episode 62 of JD's Empire Sports Talk. JD here, of course, with the Jets specialist, the one and only Ryan Downey here, who will be with us every week now. We'll do a Jets preview for every single game they play, and then like a little post show, not really post like game like right after because we can't really do that, but we will do it the day after the game is because they play mostly Sundays the whole year. I know there's one Thursday and one Monday, so we'll adjust accordingly to that. But this is a big episode because it's the first week of the season. You're back now in full swing. It means a lot. It means a lot because we go to the game, so we're very much invested. I know we're both baseball guys through and through, but I feel like when we talk about like our teams watching sports, the Jets are probably up there as like the top one just because like we're always there and we feel like we're closer to that team. So this week though, of course, Jets are playing the Steelers at MetLife Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's shaping up to be a really nice day. But before that, I just want to get. I don't want to just keep rambling without hearing from you. Anything you got? Are you excited? What?
Yeah,
What's going
really
on?
excited. Can't wait to get into the stadium. I mean, not maybe not the greatest season that you want to be there, but hopefully we can start the season with a win.
Yeah, I mean, usually when the team has expectations, they fall, and when they don't have expectations, they actually do something with themselves. And so we'll see what happens. But another thing that it's kind of funny is that first year head coaches for the Jets actually do have success, and then after that, it usually goes downhill for the most part. I know Salah didn't, but before that, Bowles did. Gase actually kind of had a little bit of success, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so we'll see what Aaron Glenn and everything he's about can show week one. Because listen, the NFL, you don't have time to warm up. Like in the MLB, there's always teams that start out slow and they're able to overcome that. Like our Mets did last year, terrible for the first 2 months of the season. In the NFL, you only get 18 games, so you got to start out quickly. And if you want a chance at making it to the playoffs, which we both don't think they're going to make the playoffs, and we'll go through the win-loss, win-win projection game later. But if you do think you want to seriously have a shot at making the playoffs, you got to start out quick. So this is a big game in terms of just starting out the season the way you want, and it's going to set the tone for a while. But the one thing that is setting the tone for this offensive line is Elijah Vera Tucker suffered a torn triceps, so he is out for the season. And this is the second time he's done this. Third career season-ending injury. The last time it was his other tricep, and then I forget what it was. It was Achilles, right? The other time. So this is something that's going on. This would have been his fifth year, so 3 out of 5 years injured. Talk me through what this can do to someone mentally. Just like being, like now he can't even be there for the team. Like physically, he can't play. But there's a mental side to that too, right?
Yeah, that has to be rough on Elijah Vera Tucker. Third time being out for the season, away from the team, 3 years out of his 5-year career. And also he was gonna get paid this off
If he
season,
would have played, yeah,
and now he's
definitely.
probably not by the Jets.
Yeah, and the only thing I could think of is maybe he doesn't get a good market, and they decide that like, he decides that he'll be like, I'll go back to the Jets 1 year deal, prove it, see what I can do, because he's so talented when he's on the field for the Jets team, and we've seen it. I feel since he came into the league. I would love to know the stat to this, but the record with and without, listen, they don't win many games, but it's probably a hell of a lot better when he's on that line than when he's not. We've seen what happened the year when Zach Wilson took over for Rodgers. They were staying afloat. They were over 500. Then he got hurt. Season went to nothing after that, and he means so much to this Jets team. Not only this the offensive line, but the whole team in general. You can tell he was elected captain for the first time. Tell me about that. Like, what is that? How do you think that makes a guy feel like he was voted by his teammates, so like to be the guy to be a voice for them?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a leader on this team this year. They have a lot of young guys. He's the oldest guy on the offensive line right now, and he's not going to be there for them.
Yeah, only fifth year in the league, and the oldest guy shows. Well, Simpson is almost there. Well, Simpson may be a little older than him, but like in terms of being with the Jets, he's been there the most, which shows that this offensive line needed his not only his production but his voice in their room with them. Which I'm sure when he comes back after recovering a little bit from his injury, he'll be able to be with the team, but like not to the extent of being there every second of the day, always together. He's not going to be able to do that. So that's something to keep a note on. But I mean, this news came out a few days ago, and we were like, damn, this sucks. He's already out. Always something happen. The Jets' offensive line, I probably jinxed it when I said it 3 weeks ago, but they always have something go wrong. before the season starts. Either guys holding out for contracts, guys getting injured before the season starts, guys getting injured within the first month of the season. It's always something. But let's move on here. So the Jets offense is a huge question mark. I feel everybody can agree on that. If you like the Jets, if you don't like the Jets, whatever, if you're in between. The offense is a very much a question mark this year. So I feel we'll talk about just this game in general. What do you think the Jets offense needs to do to come away with a win on Sunday against the Steelers?
You have to be able to run the football because you're not going to be able to get that downfield passing against this Steelers front.
Secondary much improved too, right?
Secondary much improved, but the front's going to get after the
Yeah.
quarterback. So if you can be able to get 4 or 5 yards of carry on the run game, then you're setting up in nice field position. And also, speaking of field position, you have to win the field position against this team.
Yeah, so what you mean by that is so you obviously you can't run the ball every play. We understand that, but you're saying you got to set up the run because you're not going to be able to use the pass to set up the run. It's not going to work like that. You're going to have to use the run to set up the pass, and that's when you get Fields. And also you have to take advantage of Fields' legs. You got to get him going early. I feel like anybody's watched Fields in his career, he not by no means he's not a good passer. Like we know that. But the games he usually has success is when he lets the legs get in there first, and then feels confident, and then he starts letting it go. From watching Fields from afar, and now we'll get to watch him up close, which will be fun. But another thing here, so the offense we know they have Garrett Wilson, they have Breece Hall. In a little bit, I just want to get an X factor from just like the team as like for who's going to be the X factor of this game. But for those guys to have success they have to have somebody else step up because those guys are going to be the center of attention, especially Garrett Wilson. We know what they're going to do to him. They're going to try to take. I'm sure he's still going to have his catches, but they're going to try. Steelers are going to do everything they can to make sure get him out of the game plan. Don't even let him have a chance, right?
hmm Yeah, I think the guy that needs to step up is Mason Taylor, maybe over the middle of the field, short route that gets the chains moving consistently. But
Mhm.
and another guy is Arian Smith. Maybe you can hit him on a deep ball that can change a game right there. But these guys have to step up.
But do you think Arian Smith's going to get time in this game?
I mean, I hope he does. Who else do we really have that can be out there?
Well, they believe in Josh Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Lazard is going to play. There's no way they don't play him. I mean, it's thin, but Gibson. We have to hope that Smith does get his burn early. And I know this is a new regime and everything, but we have seen with past Jets regimes that they don't like putting their rookie receiver in there too early, or they just don't play him at all. We've seen that happen a number of times. But even Garrett Wilson, his first game as a New York Jet, he didn't even play. He really didn't play very much. So hopefully, if Arian Smith is believed in the way they say they do believe in him. They need him to go out there and they need him to do something for this team because they need something. They need a different dynamic. They need some guys to step up and do something. So we'll see what happens. And let's slide over to the defense. So the defense is every year for the past 4 years, they've been like really hyped up. The first 2 years of Salah's tenure, defense pretty much carried them for the most part. Well, I should say the first year doesn't count. So the next 2 years after that, like the Rodgers tenure, pretty much, or maybe the year before that, whatever the case may be. But the defense has always been something that they rely on, and last year it stunk. And they have too many talented pieces, and they still do. It's pretty much the same defense, except a few different things changed. They have too many pieces to not be good. So the first thing, do you agree with that? And then I'll get to the second part of this.
Yeah, I feel the defense is should be the most dominant part of this team, hopefully. But too many guys that were all Pro Bowlers, and they just haven't been living up to the expectations.
Yeah, that's something that they need. They need it because if they do want to win games this year, the offense is not going to. We just talked about it. The offense is not going to be the reason why. And the second part of this is so for this game against Pittsburgh Steelers offense, Aaron Rodgers and whatever else you want to put into that that circle of the Steelers. What do the Jets defense have to do to contain the Steelers offense? Because I'm sure they're going to get their fair share of points because they do have talented guys. But what do the Jets have to do to stop them or slow them down?
I think they're gonna have to get after Rodgers, make him uncomfortable, move out of the pocket. He's not the fastest guy. He doesn't have the speed anymore. So get him out of the pocket. Hopefully the secondary is strong enough to hold down DK and Calvin Austin.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to get after him to make him uncomfortable.
All right, so you heard it here with the offense and the defense. What needs to be done? The last thing we'll talk about. in terms of actually no, two more things. So the first one here, the X factor for the Jets. So it can be a coach, it can be a player, it can be anybody. Who's your X factor for week one, Sunday afternoon?
I think it's Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes. Okay, I did not see that one coming. You caught me off guard with that one. Why? Why Steve Wilkes?
This is a veteran quarterback, so you have to put out your best game plan. This isn't just any rookie coming in here. This is Aaron Rodgers, who's a future Hall of Famer, who he was here last year, and he wants to prove everyone wrong that he should be the quarterback of the Jets still.
Right, and just because he can't move as well or anything anymore, he's still got he's very smart, and everybody says that he is one of the better quarterbacks in NFL history at dissecting defenses. So the thing is, though, if I'm the Jets, like those guys on defense, they in the meetings bring it up to him. I'm sure they did this. We're just saying it like it's new news, but the defense could be like, "Oh, coach, this is his like certain tendency when he wants to do this," which I'm sure Wilkes has went up against him at some point because he was with the 49ers, the Cardinals. I'm sure he has went up against Rodgers at some point, but I think that collab of the minds in that room can really help do something. But I really like that one. I like the X factor of Steve Wilkes because listen, Aaron Glenn is not calling the defensive plays. Yes, he'll have input, which I mean he has stopped Rodgers his own way. But will it be his way? I think it's going to be a mesh of Glenn and Wilkes' kind of plan together, which because you have to respect Wilkes because Wilkes has been a veteran at DC and Glenn is a defensive mind. So I think that they can mesh that together. They might have a good chance at winning Sunday. And I really don't think that. Listen, I'm going in there thinking that they're not going to surprise people, but why would I not root for like we're like the same thing. Why would we not root for our team to win? And if they win, yeah, we're gonna be happy. If they lose, honestly, this year we're gonna be like, oh, all right, whatever. Like we don't want to sound like that, but we're not gonna expect it at this point. But this will be a nice way to start the season. So the last question I have in for you here in terms of the game is who has more on the line in terms of like getting back, I should say, at their old team, Rodgers or Fields?
I think it has to be Justin Fields. This is going on his third team, but last year he started 4-2 and he was benched for Russell Wilson, who came back. So I think Fields has to prove that he should be in this league as a starting quarterback, but he has to prove that he should have stayed the starting quarterback for the Steelers last year.
All right, I can agree with that, but I do feel Rodgers maybe has a little more because of what was supposed to happen. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I see.
Like Fields I feel is more it's a personal like himself thing. Rodgers I feel it was an organization thing. I feel like he had more that that was supposed to happen. I mean he did have an extra year with the Jets, so that makes a difference. But I feel like he had more to get done and none of it happened. I mean an injury you can do about that. But last year too, nothing happened. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Fields did. I understand where you're coming from with that, though. I like that Fields personal. It's a personal thing for him, and I feel he may not say it is, but he definitely wants to go out there and show that they made a mistake by letting him go. So we'll see what happens. But let's play. Excuse me. The win-loss, win-win game, loss, win-win game. That is Ryan's favorite. So let's do this here. Let's pull up the schedule. 1 second. Let's do Jets, and we'll go through each game. So we still haven't given a prediction for this one yet. So we'll start with that, but we'll do each week and then just give a little, a little like spiel about it. So week one, Jets Steelers, something we talked about the entire show so far. Who do you got?
I got the Jets winning this one. I think we're gonna get after Rodgers, like I said before, that they need to, and I
Hmm.
think they'll put up enough points to get the win.
All right. So week two against Buffalo, home as well.
I think it'll be a close game because we always play the Bills close at home, but I think the Bills and Josh Allen will take that one.
All right. So keep track on your hands, 1-1. Week three at Tampa Bay.
I think we're gonna go down to Florida and get probably crushed. They have one of the best offenses in the league, so I think we'll take the L on that one.
All right, week four, staying in the great state of Florida against the Dolphins Monday night.
I think we pull this one out. It's something that with the Jets and the Dolphins, I don't know. I feel like we just have this one and we can pull it out.
All right, and I can agree with you on that because the Dolphins kind of seem like something bad is going to happen over there this year. I know they still have talent, but it just doesn't seem like you can tell every year when there's one team that's going to like something's not going well down there, and it seems like it's going to be Miami. Week five against Dallas,
After
who did look good. They have looked good against
Yeah,
they look good.
after the Micah Parsons trade, I thought maybe the Jets can maybe take that one, but after the way they looked pretty good yesterday, so I'll give that one to Dallas.
All right, so 2-3. Week six against the Broncos.
This
in London.
this is in London, yeah, so it's not really home field advantage for anyone. So I think the Broncos will win that one.
2-4. Week 7 against the Panthers.
This is home, right?
Home, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
think
I
yeah,
forgot
we'll
about that.
take this one. I think Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes have a good game plan to stop Bryce Young.
All right, 3-4. Then we got the Jets versus the Bengals at Cincinnati.
I think Joe Burrow is going to be throwing the ball all over us.
Yeah.
I think we might be able to put up some points, but I don't think we'll be able to match their offense.
No, not at all. 3-5. We
Yeah.
counting 3-5. All right. Bye week in week 9. Week 10, home against the Browns.
We don't even know who's going to be playing quarterback for them.
I don't even think it matters though.
I think we can pull this one out, obviously, but if it's Joe Flacco compared to one of their rookies, it'll be a little tougher, but
Hmm.
we can pull that one out, 4-5.
All right, 4-5. Let's go to week 11, short week against the Patriots on the road.
I think we split with the Patriots, so on the road, I'll give the Patriots the win.
All right. Week 12 at Baltimore.
It's another one like the Bengals and Bucks. I think their offense is way better than us,
Yeah.
so that I think we lose that one.
4-7. Week 13, home against the Falcons.
I think we could pull that one out, but I'm gonna give the Falcons the win because they'll be trying to fight for the division, so
Right.
I'll give it to them.
And even wild card,
Even
same
wild
thing,
card.
yeah. 4-8. Home against the Dolphins.
Maybe we see Zach Wilson come back to MetLife
So
Stadium.
that's your bold prediction for
So
that game. Dak Wilson is
Zach
back
Wilson is back in MetLife Stadium.
because
So
of a Tua injury again.
because of a two of an
Maybe they
injury,
spit on him and he
maybe.
like passed out.
But yeah, I think Zach will be the starter, and I think we sweep the Dolphins this year.
Wow, okay. So 5-8 against 2 wins against Miami out of the 5 wins so far at Jacksonville. It's a game they did win last year in December as well, but totally different
We
circumstance.
were low on Jacksonville like a couple months ago, and then
Seems like we're gaining confidence in them.
I feel a lot better in them, but I think the Jets can beat them in Jacksonville.
So 6-8. Week 16 against the Saints.
I mean, if we don't win this game, that's probably going to be the Saints' only win of the season.
But
So
this is a typical Jets thing to
this
do, gaining some steam a little bit and then
this is a Jets thing to do. To get like 6 wins, you're 2 games under, almost in the wild card, and then lose. But I'm going to give us the win on this one.
7-8, and then week 17 against the Patriots.
As much as I don't want to get swept by the Patriots because we've been beating them ever since Belichick's last game, but I think we'll get swept this year by them.
Oh, you just said they were going to split. You
Change your mind.
change your mind. All
Change your
right.
mind.
7-9, and then week 18 against the Bills, which is hard to predict right now because the Bills can very much have a seed locked up, but we have to go in with the sense of that they don't. So a regular Bills squad.
Regular Bill squad, we lose in Buffalo.
So it would be a 7-10 Jets team. So the one thing I want to go back of what you just talked about. So you have them starting 2-2, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, beating Steelers and Miami, losing to the Bills and the Bucks. So that next stretch of 4 games, you have them winning only one. The key to this season, I feel, before you hit the back stretch, which is very winnable, is that if they can get either Dallas or Denver a win, that changes, I feel, the season because you have them going in 2-4 going against 2-4 when Carolina comes to New York. If that's 3-3, Jets win, that's 4-3, then that's a different ball game, when you get later
Yeah.
in the season. Because you only have them winning 3 games before the bye week, and then you have them winning four after that. So that's the swing, I think. I think that Dallas and Denver 2 weeks is a big swing in terms of the season. Because I can agree with you. Probably the most convincing loss they'll have of the year, but like getting crushed is probably in Tampa Bay. That just feels like it's going to go really bad. Um, and then Cincinnati, the Ravens, I feel like those three are definitely locks. Bills as well on the road. Those four are definitely locks of losses. And then the rest, I feel like they're up there. They're up for grabs. Like Miami, you have them sweeping. I could see that, and the Patriots as well. But both of those Dolphins can easily sweep the Jets,
Mhm.
and the Patriots can easily do the same thing. But if they're able to get, like you just said, 3 wins against the Dolphins and the Patriots combined out of 4 games, that's going to mean a lot too because the Bills are going to be hard to beat. I don't expect them to beat the Bills,
Yeah.
but if you can go 3-3 in a division, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And listen, you have them at 7-10. They're probably going to be in the range of 5 to that range,
Yeah.
7 wins. I wouldn't expect anything else. So you do have the Jets winning this week. So hopefully your prediction is right as we go into week 1, and then we'll have our post game little show after probably Monday. But anything you got here for the viewers until next time?
Let's go get the win and boo Aaron Rodgers if you're in the stadium.
All right, you heard him. Booing Aaron Rodgers. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. Jet specialist Ryan Downey, thanks for coming on, buddy.